All right, everybody. Well, hello, hello. My first broadcast in 180 days, and it's definitely exciting and good to be back with everyone here. So, as you're all dialing in here, definitely welcome to this Periscope. Where are y'all dialing in from? I kind of forget how this whole thing works, so might be a little rusty here today. Where have I been? I have been working and prospecting, but have not been doing Periscope. Not sure why I got off it necessarily, but it's time to get back on. So excited to be here with you all. Hello, Ohio. How are you today? What's happening, Shalyn and Patrick? Good to see you guys. Just got out of the regional here in Denver, Colorado, and just Skyped into a regional in Tucson, Arizona. What's up, Mexico, Rochester, New York? Hello, hello. Thank you, busy gal. I appreciate that. Susan Holt, Cincinnati. Hello, how are we? Arizona, Anderson, Indiana. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, hey, listen, I don't have a lot of time. I got to jump onto another call here. But I did want to cover four things that I actually just covered as I dialed into our Tucson, Arizona organization and team. I did not go to the event in Korea, but we had a huge presence in Korea. For those of you who are a part of our organization and team and company, we had our grand kickoff officially in Korea, and I can share with you this. This is an exciting time. You know, I'm excited to be back on Periscope, and I'm excited to be with all of you. Thank you all for the hearts. I forgot how this kind of works, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for tapping your little screen there. But I want to give you 5 minutes of information here today. You know, I know it's the beginning of a month and beginning of a year. And so this is all about taking inventory of your organization and team. Okay, and so what I want to talk about today are the 4 questions I ask when I'm identifying my runners and my leaders. And so I'm not sure, you know, what company that you represent. I'm not sure, you know, what you're a part of or who you represent or who you work for. But generally in network marketing, you're building in groups of 2, 3, maybe 5 or 6, maybe 8 or 10, depending on how many legs, teams, and organizations that you have. But what we're going to talk about today is taking inventory and finding your runners. Hi, Washington. How are you? Glad you're on here with us. Say something in Russian. Ahoy. Does that work? I don't know if that's Russian or if that's Czech, but ahoy I think is hi, right? So hopefully that works for you. But 4 questions that I ask to identify my runners and my leaders. The first question I always ask when I'm piquing interest, when I'm trying to identify who I'm running with, you know, is this first question. You know, where does the opportunity fit into your life this month? Do you know about the current promotions? Do you know about this or that? The first question that you're always going to ask is that peeking question, of a probing question, taking inventory of your team. Okay, so that first question, you know, do you know about where does Nerium fit into your life right now? You know, do you know about the current promotion? You know, do you know about this or that? Is a probing question. You see, people are busy. They have busy lives, busy things going on. And some months, some seasons of time are better than others. And so it's really just about, you know, getting in there and finding out who's running and taking inventory. So as you're calling through your team, you're writing down these names. You know, if you had 3 organizations and teams, you'd put a few in leg 1, a few in leg 2, a few in leg 3. Does that make sense? And so the first question is always probing. What are you looking for? You know, where are they? You're just seeing if they're acclimated. They're just seeing if they're in the system for the month. The second question is, what are your goals? What are you running for? What are you shooting for? What are you aiming at? You see, at the end of the day, we have to have focus and clarity on a given task, on a given goal, on a given opportunity in order to hit it. You know, if you're just kind of shooting in you know, just shooting a gun into the space, what are you going to hit? You're going to hit nothing. And so you want to have focus and clarity on a driven idea, a thought, a goal, a position, a rank, something, right? So the second question, what are you running for? Third question is a really important one. And this is where you're really going to find out, you know, how your organization is developing. But the third question is, do you know what that looks like? You see, at the end of the day, many people are just kind of duplicating or regurgitating what they heard somebody else say. And so maybe they're running for their first bonus. Maybe they're running for their first rank up. Maybe they're running for their first position in the company. Love you too, John Harris. Hopefully you're doing great, man. But we have to figure out what they're running for. We have to create that bullseye and something to aim at. You see, it's always been said that if you're trying to hit a goal, the best way to do it is by building confidence. And so it takes us back to a story I heard of the Olympic teams for arrows, bow and arrow, whatever, crossbow or bow and arrow, right? Downrange, shooting at a target. And so you want to hit that bullseye. But here's what the Olympians don't do. They don't go 150 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards. I don't know what that would be in kilometers. But they don't go 50 yards away and just start shooting at the thing. They go 5 yards away, 10 yards away. They shoot 100 arrows 5 yards away, hitting that bullseye, hitting that bullseye, hitting that bullseye. What does that do for them? That allows them to see confidence. That allows them to gain confidence. That allows them to see themselves hitting the bullseye. If you were a basketball player, hitting the free throw, hitting the shot, swoosh, 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 swoosh. Golf, hitting the putt, hitting the putt, hitting the putt. At the end of the day, it's all about hitting your bullseye from a very close proximity. And so that third question, do you know what your goal looks like? Do you know what you have to do? Because in our businesses are built on customer base and leadership development. So volume, sales volume, and structure. Sales volume and structure. So you have to know what it is that you're looking at to hit it, correct? So in our business, if you're running for your Lexus, 3 senior brand partners, $12,500 in volume, $150 ADO, no more than 60% from one organization and team. At the end of the day, it's important to know what your bullseye is. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us now, the 4 questions for taking inventory at the beginning of the month. First off, where does your company fit into your life right now? Do you know about the current promotion? Did you hear about the new product? Did you hear about this, that, or the other? You're just probing someone to see if they're even plugged in or not. Second question, what are you running for this month? Third question, do you know what that looks like? Fourth question, how can I help you? How can I serve you? How can I add value to you? How many prospects do you have? How many bottles do you have out? When's the next time you're having a real results party or market party to show, a massive amount of people the information? At the end of the day, asking questions leads to better answers. It's always been that way. If those of you who have children and have kids, would you agree with that? Asking questions leads to better answers. It's all about asking questions. In this business, it's not about selling. It's not about convincing. It's about piquing interest and showing things of value. And so those are the 4 questions that you want to start out your month with. And so again, whether you're building a team of 2, maybe in a binary compensation plan, or you're building a team of 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, you want to sort. You want to take inventory of who you have identified that is running in those organizations, teams, and legs every single month. It's a tremendous way to start out your month and to finish out your month. The first 1, 2, 3, 5 days of the month, you got to figure out who's on the team, who's in the boat with you that's going to the next level. And so I will close with this. As we are at the 3rd month of the year, you have to kind of pace your scoreboard. Okay, so for those of you on here that are running for a really big, audacious, huge goal, or maybe you're aiming for something a little bit smaller, it doesn't really matter. It's all in our mind, how big or small that is. But you have to pace your scoreboard, meaning write down the rank that you want to get to. What is that rank? What is required? How many customers would that be? How many new brand partner recruits, distributors would that be? Write that stuff down. Audit yourself. Take inventory of your business and pace your scoreboard. If I was running for a rank right now, in our company, let's say our top rank, $150,000 in volume, and let's say I was doing $130,000 a month, I was just $20,000 off, that's what I'm trying to pace. Where is that extra $20,000 going to come from? What do I have to do activity-wise to create that extra $20,000 in volume, right? And so let's say your product is a $100 product. Well, I would need 200, products, or I need 200 new customers, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at math. Somewhere in there, but you get my point. What do you need? What is the number that you need to hit? Pace that out. How many recruits? Okay, how many prospects? If you're brand new to this business, it's the law of averages. If you're bringing on 1 out of 10 people and you want to bring on 3 people this month personally, how many people would you have to talk to? you'd have to talk to about 30, right? So say less to more people. Just sort through the process. And so that's what I really want to share with you this morning as, again, this is my first broadcast in 180 days. And I'll tell you, it's nice. I like the hearts. I like seeing all that. I like seeing you all on this line here today. So I appreciate your time this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend. And for those of you who are getting started in your business, take the time. Go to work. Now is the time. At the end of the day, you have to make that leap. You have to make that decision. If you knew that this would change your life forever and you had to go out there and talk to 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 400 people, when would you start? You would start right now. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? It's a very simple philosophy. And the best philosophy of all is the slight edge. So it's just a little bit here, a little bit there. So I appreciate you all jumping on here. Nice seeing you, Laura. I haven't seen you in a long time. But take care, everyone. Live happy and dream big. So I do plan on doing these now again daily, if not maybe twice a day. But exactly, say less and sort. So thank you all so much for jumping on here with us today. I appreciate your hearts. I appreciate the love. Take care, take charge. Always dream big and absolutely live happy. Bye, everybody.